Today I come to you with my weekly review of Musaigen, The Phantom World, episode 6. And I think this episode, I think everyone really enjoyed this episode. I know I did because it touched an inner part. It touched that part where it's your childhood. And if you remember that special teddy bear or that blanket or that hat or that t shirt, something that you cherished as a child, I think you will really connect with this episode a lot more than you did the previous episodes. So this is another episode where we gotta focus on a character, and this character we have seen multiple times. She has made like many appearances, and we finally got her introduction in last week's episode, and that is Kurumi. And now she has a self introduction episode for herself and to see what her character is like. So Kurumi is, as we know, a fourth grader, okay, and she has special abilities which allow her teddy bear Albert, I think that's how you pronounce his name, but Albert or whatever, he can grow double or triple his size and be able to fight phantoms that are of the same size. He's able to tackle them, so he becomes like a physical being that can fight off phantoms until other help is come has come in. So Kurumi, she is a quiet and gentle child, and she doesn't like to be involved in many problems. And in this episode, we see that she is facing some troubles. Now, in last week's episode, at the very ending, after they defeated that phantom, Mai asks if anytime we have troubles with any phantoms, we would really like your help. Now, anybody that's asked this, you'll willingly give your help for any problem that's needed. But for Karumi, who is just a little fourth grade, no more than 8 to 9 years old, and to fight phantoms, which she has no experience in, she is underneath a lot of pressure. Okay, you would think, what's the point of a little 8 year old being underneath all this pressure? She has a bear that can double or triple in size and fight huge phantoms. So what? But mind you, due to her personality and such, she feels under pressure. And in the beginning of the episode, you know how each episode they always explain something that's supposed to connect to the episode. Now, in the beginning of the episode, they said like how children are, especially at a young age, they have like a toy, a stuffed bear, or a blanket which they attach to. And in a way, it's like something that's a reassurance or something that keeps them safe. Okay, something that they can feel safe around. And I know that, like I said, you may have had a teddy bear or a blanket that you kept around and dragged everywhere, slept when you went to bed with, and it kept you felt reassured because probably by the smell or the texture of the bear or the teddy bear or the blanket made you feel safe. And we all had that experience as children. Heck, I had a teddy bear which the head teared off due to my sister. Okay, and then I had a hat which was my dad's hat. I'm telling you a little personal story. My dad's hat, which I was very fond of, and anytime I couldn't find it, I would tear down the place just to find it because it was just like that nostalgic smell and the feel of it kept me feeling reassured. It was like something that made me feel calm. So Albert is that type of meaning to her. So they go into this world which is in her mind. So she and Haruhiko go into her mind, which is all about bears. Even her last name, which is Kumamakura. Okay, everything is about bears for her, and she really enjoys bears. She goes into a land where she is the princess, and there's this lord, Prince Salmon, who wants to forcibly marry her after, coming into their land and destroying her castle inside her mind. So she's running away from her problems, and you can connect Prince Salmon to her problems that she's facing in the real world, that pressure, and he's keep pressuring her to marry her while in the real life she's feeling pressured into helping the high schoolers in defeating phantom. So those are the two links, and she's scared at first, but with Albert, who is portrayed as her knight, okay, the one that has been with her since she was a baby and has kept her safe, allowing her to come out of her shell and make friends, he is portrayed as her knight. It was very cute as well in this episode where even though he got shot down, you see the stuffing coming out of him. It was like you couldn't take this episode very seriously, but you could connect to it in a way that is like, I felt more connected. I felt this episode touched me a lot more than the other episodes. So by the end of the episode, we see Kurumi finally defeat King Salmon, also meaning defeating her pressure, her problems, and able to face up to him and defeat him with her magical rack, which transformed her into a magical girl. Okay, she was able to defeat him, and he surrendered in defeat, and he left. And she was able to say, because of you and because of Haruhiku and them giving her the motivation, she was able to overcome her problems. And by the end of the episode, she's willing to help Mai and the others to go chase after this phantom for another task. So this episode, it really connected with me. I really felt touched by this episode. It was very cute and, as always, very colorful and well detailed in each episode. So that's all I have for this week's episode of Musaigen no Phantom World. Do tell me what you thought about this week's episode in the comment section below. You can also check me out on Twitter and on Tumblr. The Facebook page is in the description box, so you can click on that link right there. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye.